Okay. Gracias por preguntar.
Are we back online? Sharing screen? All right, thank you. How ELD progress monitoring data? At your school, each grade level is selected a focus domain, being listening, speaking, reading, or writing. Teachers focused on this domain during designated ELD instruction. So they saw what they were going to work on, they applied it, and then students took a pre-test and a post-test to monitor growth in that domain. At the elementary level, they use benchmark express assessment, and at the middle school level, they use LPAC interim assessment block. Here are some excellent resources that you can use for the testing purposes. Students with IEPs should go through the resources we gave you on the test taking at our last meeting, and you could see all these different information of what you can do to improve your child's test taking, being whether it be something of the way that the color is designed in the system. You see, like color contrast. Here, you could click on these different things, and it'll help give you the different options so that you could see how your child could take this test and get better results. So, so go through these with your child so that they can be better ready for the test. New information. There is new student achievement data available. Assessments are going to be this trimester. We're going to go over immigration resources. And finally, we're going to go over CABE. New student achievement data is available. They are reviewing it now. In the ELAC committee council, they are reviewing information now. Schools are holding a day-to-day discussion with all teachers this week, and they're going to be analyzing achievement data, identifying strategies that are working well for students. They identify areas and then they identify areas where they may need more support. What should questions from ELAC members everywhere be asking the teachers and your school staff? How are our English learners performing in language arts and math? We need to see how our kids are doing. How is progress toward English language proficiency being monitored? They can answer that with the reviewing of all the assessments that they're going to have. How can we as parents support our children to prepare for the LPAC, which is the tests that are coming up? So these are the questions that you guys should be asking of your teachers based on these results that they're going to be getting from the tests they have taken.
Oh, can I ask you a question?
We have a tight agenda, so we're gonna wait for questions until the end. Please hold your questions. Thank you. Now, why is reviewing this information important? We have to see as the SSC, the school site council, we all tie together. So everything that we have here as a community of multilingual families, we take it up. ELAC schools, all of our schools take it up to the SSC, the school site council. And these are the goals that they have for our students. Once they analyze that data, they see, okay, where are we with these goals and what can we do in addition to what we have been doing? What can we change to make sure that we reach our goals? Now, if we need resources, SSC is who you ask. If as an ELAC member, you guys can go to the SSC meetings and ask, I need these resources for my students. This is where I think we should invest some money, direct some funds. So it's very important to get involved at that SSC meeting. Now, I want to show you guys a really cool website. It's fun. This website is great because it gives you information about all California schools. It's called the California School Dashboard. If you move to a different location, this is a great resource for everywhere in California. There is a video right there. We will make this available to you that takes you directly to the website. And it'll show you how, no, we don't have time for,
No.
actually, do we have time for it quickly?
You're going pretty quick. You might
Oh,
have done.
should I slow down?
Well, no, I think
Okay.
if you want to
I'm
do
on-
this, you want to click
Yes,
on
I
it?
do.
Okay. Now what do you want to do?
Okay, I want to show them the most important button.
Yes.
Language. Where the select language. See right here? Where are we? Are we sharing our
Yeah,
screen?
right there. Right there.
Okay, select language. You can choose it in any language that you want. And then from right there, that's the first place we start. Spanish, Vietnamese, whatever you want, it's right here. Now, if you can insert our school district, Lawndale School District, and
Okay.
See?
You want me to go back to English?
It's not sharing that one, it's just sharing our previous one. Can I go back and share?
Your screen?
Yeah.
But
Share current screen. Go back to your regular one.
don't have to go to the Zoom.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I thought that was
I have to share screen.
Mhm.
Share.
I would just say entire screen. I would just, wherever you go, I would just share whatever you're sharing.
And then let's see if it does that. That what's doing it?
okay, good. Excellent.
See it.
A ver, ¿sí está?
Sí.
Okay. Lawndale Elementary School District. Right? Near Lawndale, and you don't even have to really spell it right even. You just close enough kind of thing. What? Oh, because I spelled district, you do have to spell it right. You have to, but you can just do like Lawndale. Like you can do Lawndale near Lawndale. And then all of these things will come up. And then you can hit any of your schools. This is like the district. And it has all of the stuff.
And look at all this information that we have. Now, what's great about this website is that you can do it at a state level. You can do it to see all the schools. You could do it at a district level and you could do it at a school level. So you have details compiled of all the information out there to have. You could get lost in here. You could get lost. So start with your school, start information. What I mean by lost is that there's so much information that you just keep going. You just keep going, like, now I want to find out about this. And so please visit this website and familiarize yourself so you can ask your principal, hey, what's happening at my school? For example, the English Learners Progress Indicator. This measure shows the percentage of English learners that have made adequate progress on the LPAC. In 2023-24, 46.3% of ELL students made progress. We scored here in the orange, but our goal is to be over here in the green. But nonetheless, we are making progress, and slowly but surely, we're getting there. Not that slow. We're getting there quite quick, actually. Take that back. So, and see, this is at a school district level. Now, look at this interesting fact here. This is now they're also measuring students who are long-term English learners, who have been English learners for more than 7 years. And one of the most important things that I noticed here is that, look at that percentage. We have to go to school. We have to go to school. That percentage is too high. So students have to show up to school. And this is at a California level. So right?
This is our district level.
Oh,
So
excuse me.
we're seeing absenteeism when students are being absent. And chronically means they're absent more than 10% of the school year. So that's 18 days, which is about a month of school. And we had 38% of our long-term English learners absent for a month of school or more. So that's why media is saying that's a problem, right? It's a small number, but we want every one of those students to be coming to our schools.
Thank you. Now, here's another website that's a great resource. I know you guys hear a lot at your schools about iReady, right? Who's here heard of about iReady? Everybody, we are continuously going over because it gives you the progress that your students are making, and this is how your teachers use it to measure for reclassification. So it's very important. This website, again, please come to this website. There's excellent resources here and videos in both languages, in all languages that you can use, and know how your child is doing. But more importantly, sometimes when we get a report or information, we don't know how to read it. It's like, what does this mean? I need help translating this. And they have videos that teaches you how to read the reports. So that way you know what you're looking for. And then again, you go to the school and you ask them why or what's next.
So they took it at the beginning of the year for language arts and in math, and then they took it again in December. So we have recent data for that. And then your students will take it again in March, mid-March.
Now,
Yes.
please,
Sure. Yes.
we are going to go over assessments that our children are going to be taking this trimester.
So the summative LPAC. Hi, I'm Eliana Cruz. I'm the ELERT at Billy Mitchell Elementary. Our students, our English learners will be taking the LPAC, which is the language assessment that measures their academic English. We're beginning in the first week of February. Our focus is to administer to our 3rd through 5th grade and then our 6th through 8th grade, the reading, writing, and listening, and then as well as the speaking. And then we'll focus on K2 once we're completed with that grade span, the 3rd through 8th grade students. In addition to that, our students who are in our dual immersion program take an assessment called Los Links, and that also measures their academic Spanish, the Spanish that how they're doing and how they're progressing and listening, speaking, reading, and writing. We made some changes. Currently, our students in 1st grade will take it, and in 3rd and 5th, and then in middle school, will you remind me, I believe it's 7th grade, correct? Our 1st graders were only measuring the listening and the speaking because they're still learning how to read and write. So for our other students, they will take those assessments. And they'll be taking that in May, right? Our 1st graders, I believe in May, whereas when we're going to April, May, and then some of our 3rd through 5th graders already started, as well as our 7th graders. Okay.
When is the LPAC going to
The
start?
LPAC, the window for the state of California opens February 1st through May 31st. So that's the window that the state of California gives us. However, here in Lawndale, we have an internal calendar where we're starting the first week of February 3rd. And then our goal is to be done by spring break, because then our 3rd through 8th grade students take other assessments like the CAW and the SBAC. Right here. I'm going to have you tag in for this. Of course. Does that make sense? Yeah.
Yes, as a reminder, remember to visit this website because here's the test taking, the practice test. So all our students could be preparing now for this test by visiting these websites. And again, we have them in all languages. Starting smarter.
So this is the website where you can visit as a parent. There are a lot of resources there where you can, it gives you some videos on what the assessment looks like. There's videos on understanding what your student's report will look like, which you access through PowerSchool. And typically those reports are available in the summertime because, as I mentioned, the window it ends in May 31st. There are a lot of resources available there. Yeah, I mean, pretty much it as far as visiting this. Visiting. If you have questions about the report, you can always contact your teacher or your site healer, and we can help you walk you through what that report means. And then this is, I don't know this one is. So let's see here. So let's see here.
Is this a score report?
This might, yeah. So this is typically not what we send to parents, but you can see here all of the domains that these children take. This is an example of what students take. So you can see that they take the domain of speaking and listening. And again, that's only for first grade. And then the other grade levels take all of the other domains. You can see reading and writing. And typically, the school site at Mark Twain, at Billy Mitchell, and then at Rogers, we do send home a report. And it's a Lawndale letter because Lost Links doesn't give us an actual report. So then we pull that data for you all, and then we share that with the parents with our own internal letter. And if you have not received that, please reach out to Eugenia's here. She's at Mark Twain, and then I'm at Billy Mitchell, and then Rosie Cito is at Rogers. Thank you.
And one of the topics that our parents asked for more information was immigration resources. So we're bringing that to you, and Tracy and Liliana will cover those.
Good morning. I'm Tracy Pamilli. I'm the Assistant Superintendent for Educational Services, and I'm sitting in for our wonderful director, Dr. Julie Kane, who is at a conference right now, getting more great information for our district. So as we're talking about some of the efforts that we're bringing forward to our families to ensure that you know that we understand what a scary time it is for some of our families, and we want to be able to provide those resources for our families and to assure everybody that our community is completely locking arms and committed to the safety of every one of our families in our district. And so that this safety and protection of our families is what I want to bring forth and ensure that you all have that sense of feeling. So when we go forward on the website, we have a place there that are called immigration resources. And remember, we can always click on the language so that it comes into your language that you can understand better. But you can see that there are a number of presentations as well as like handouts. And those handouts provide you with places to go, people to call, questions that are being answered. We have all of that on this page for the immigration resources. I also understand that we have some handouts here. And Liliana no la veo, ¿verdad? Oh, ahí está. All right. So these are from some of our presentations. Is that right, Liliana?
Yeah, so this specific email on the presentation we sent through Parent Square to all families. And we have some of those handouts here for you if you guys do need them. I do just want to explain what they are. So the first presentation here was the presentation we did in December with Legal Aid Foundation and the Los Angeles County Office of Education. And that specific handout has information about your rights as immigrants, what you could do if ICE does come to our area, what you should do, as well as some resources of who you can contact in case you have any questions about your situation. I encourage you to review the first one for sure. It's English and Spanish. And then there's a couple PDFs there also about your rights. So what happens if they do come? And we have those handouts here. There's another thing, the preparation plan. We have copies for you. And if you're not here and you're through Zoom and you need a handout, please reach out to our community liaison or social workers and we'll get you a handout. So that plan gives you step-by-step what you should do to prepare yourself in case something happens. What happens if there is a deportation? What happens to your kids, right? There is something called a affidavit, where if you or a family member is deported, then you can fill out that affidavit and have it available for the schools. So we know that if something happens to you, then the care of your child is going to be in the hands of someone else, right? So it's important for you guys to review that document. And if you have questions, Legal Aid Foundation is a great resource for you. Let me see what else in there. There's also here through Parent Square, and we can resend it. So we'll resend it. There's a list of legal organizations that can help you with your questions. If you have questions about how can I get maybe a green card, how can I become a citizenship, what do I do in my situation, there is a list of organizations in the area that are trusted and that have already been reviewed that you can work with for your situation. Okay. And there's a couple more things we did want to mention that we did not discuss during the presentation. So this is the plan, right? The plan that I mentioned that we have. We encourage you to review. It has really great information. And then these are the immigrant rights tips and things that you should know.
We have them right here and we'll pass them out.
And these are the presentations. So this is the Legal Aid Foundation presentation. We talked about know your rights. And then here's a list of different legal services that you guys can contact if you have questions. And then on the left side is one of the presentations that LACO provided us. So as a district, and Tracy can add to this, but as a district, we just want to remind you that every child has the right to an education. So as a district, we do not ask for immigration status. We do not ask any of that. Also, as a district, under FERPA, our students' data is private, so we do not release that information. Do you want to add to that?
I just want you to kind of think about that. Just think about when you bring your child to school, your child is safe. And we don't ask questions about your citizenship. We don't do that. So you can bring your children to school. We will educate your child and we will protect your child. Okay? If anybody ever came, it doesn't matter what official they are. They don't have the right to just come in to find information about our students. It's very well protected. So if somebody comes in and says, I would like to see Tracy Pamilia's records and I come from the government, I, on the other side, would say, I need more information. Thank you. You go to the district and you do what you have to do, but you're not going to get the information here. Okay. They can't do that. Okay. And please let everybody know, your friends, your neighbors. I'm so glad you're here. But what's so important is for your neighbors and your cousins and your family to hear the same message. That's what we need you to do. Okay, spread that word that we are here to protect and educate your children. Okay.
Thank you, Tracy. I did want to add this. I know Lydia, through her conversations with some of the groups at her school, some parents were asking, so what can we do to help, right? As a community, what can we do? One of the things you could do is offering to be a caregiver if parents are detained. So as I mentioned in that packet, there's a caregiver affidavit that you can complete. It gives you instructions on what to do. It doesn't have to be notarized. You just have to have it ready in case something does happen.
Does everybody understand what a caregiver affidavit means? It means that you're going to let somebody else watch over your child if something happens to you. So if you have a neighbor or if you know of somebody else who you will say, yes, this person can watch over my child while I am off doing something else. in case, in this case, it might be a detention. But it might be for other things as well. So there are things called caregiver affidavits. And that is a piece of paper saying, I, Tracy Pamilia, give Liliana Martinez my permission to watch over my child while I am gone. And then I give that to the school.
Another way you can help as a community is by staying alert and sharing information on any immigration things that are happening, right? Like Tracy mentioned, sharing with your family, with your community. That's very important. In one of those presentations and in one of the handouts, there's a number that you can call if you do see immigration officers. If you see something going on, you can call that number so you can help inform the entire community, right? So that's one of the things you could do. So share resource and information with the community. One thing I do want to point out that is very important for our district is that you give us the most updated emergency contacts. So when you enroll in the school or in the summer, when we ask you to submit your student information again, we ask you for emergency contacts, right? We need to make sure that you give us the most recent emergency contacts with the correct email address, the correct number in case we need to contact you. A recommendation is to have a contact that is not family member, but someone that doesn't live with you in case someone else needs to take care of your kid, right? If you have questions about who's your emergency contact now, or you need to correct that information, you can contact the community liaisons or contact the offices, and they can give you that information and correct it for you, okay?
And an emergency contact is just another name that can pick up your child from school, right? But also sometimes just to give some information. So I, as a parent, always used one of those. You can give more than 3, right? You can give more. And I always did somebody who lived far away because you never know if cell phones or something, or people, if there's a disaster, right? Something like that. So I did something like, I have my sister in Kansas and I put my sister in Kansas. I have her name there. You can do that. If you have somebody in North Carolina, you can have that person's name. And then we can just say, hey, we're trying to get a hold of so-and-so. And then they might have other ways to do that. So you can think about a lot of different people who can pick up your child, but maybe one name that maybe is not close, but can get a hold of somebody to help you.
I think that's it. I just do want to mention that we are getting a lot of resources and more information from LACO, which is the Los Angeles County of Education. And, you know, as soon as we review the resources, we'll be providing you guys with more information about, you know, what happens if you do get detained, you know, tips on how to speak to your kids, what can children do. So there's a lot of stuff coming in, a lot of support. Just know that we are with you. If you have questions, please feel free to reach out. We have dedicated social workers that can help guide you to the resources. As well, you know, our liaisons can also help guide you to people that can help. All right.
I wanted to share that Julie shared several links to all the information that you guys were talking about, both in English and Spanish. For our Zoom.
And I'll be passing out, talking about what you can say if you're ever to both citizens and non-citizens, what you can say to immigration officials if you ever have to talk to them and you don't want to. You don't have to.
Yeah, so these are what we call the red cards. So as a district, we ordered some red cards. They are on their way to each school. We're still waiting for them. But those cards, like she mentioned, are cards you can give to the officers if you don't want to speak to them. And it tells you a little bit what to do. But this is the print out of the red card. And this is also available online in case you know someone who needs it but doesn't have a red card, they can use this.
Thank you for sharing all that valuable information, Tracy and Liliana. As from a parent perspective, I can't stress enough how important it is for you to share. Just share this information. If you know somebody who may be affected by a situation like this, please take extra flyers. Please take them. They're here for you to take and use as a resource for anybody you may know. School, maybe not from our school, but even your neighbors, because information is power. So please use the resources. And it makes me really happy that Liliana shared that resources keep coming in. So keep checking back with us to see what we have and what we can share with you as a community, especially because those resources that are coming in are for children. They're looking at the children part. So maybe it'll guide you on how to have those difficult conversations with your children. So these resources are important, and please share them. Also, we share a lot of links here because the web is a powerhouse. We could find anything we need on the internet, right? So we're consistently sharing links. What I recommend to you is that you open your notepad, you open a notepad, right? And you just put like my DELAC links, and you just copy and paste all your links into that. That way you know that those refer to DELAC. My immigration links, all my links, all my rights, all my everything I need to know about how to defend myself, I can click it there. So use that as something to organize your links and always have in your hand. So that way you know, oh, somebody's, let me, hold on. I got it right here, So you use that. Now, on to a different happy news. CABE 2025 is right around the corner. Who is familiar with CABE? Yay, CABE. Yes. How many people have participated before? If you have attended CABE. Okay. And
Next time you bring my.
yes. CABE 2025 is going to be coming up. It's in March 26 to 29 here in Long Beach. Now, CABE is a wonderful conference put on for our community, for ELAC members, community of multilingual families, and we want parent participation. Would anybody here like to share more about CABE? Yes, please. Thank you, Charisse.
Good morning. CABE is a wonderful location and conference that brings together school leaders, teachers, parents, community members, all to learn together in support of our students who are learning English as an additional language, or students who are emergent bilinguals. They're learning two languages, whether that's at home or at school. And it's a place where you get to connect. You get to know what schools and families are doing in other districts. You get to learn together in community. And sometimes we even share our ideas out because what we're doing here in Lawndale is also of high quality. So it's a really fun experience. I know lots of parents went last year and staff went last year, but it's a place where we come together and learn together in ways to support our schools and our families.
I will be participating this year, and I'm very excited about it because it's a great opportunity so that we can learn what resources we bring back to our school. One of the things I'm really proud of is a parent of ours, Brenda Veronica. She's attended the conference before, and there she found resources that would be beneficial to our students. And she went and found out, well, other schools have special needs groups. Family groups. Why don't we? And she was able to see that we could find how to find those resources to bring that to our school. And with the help of Miss Julie, they were able to come together and build that group. And it is an amazing group. Miss Brenda Veronica has done a really good job taking what she has learned and applying it right here in our district. And I invite you all that if you are invested in your children and to get better resources for them, that you participate, that you get a group of parents together and say, principal, here I am. How do we get to Gabe? How do I go find out more about my children? I was able to participate in the ELAC meeting at Green. Thank you for having me. And I was surprised that not more people were raising their hand to take advantage of this opportunity. And I was happy to be there because they told us the reason, and it's childcare. So the reason they can't make it is because they don't have people to look after your children. But if you start talking to each other now, you could develop a plan to see how you can find somebody to take care of your child so that you can take advantage of this great opportunity. And even if it's, we can all make a difference. I'll give you another example of the schools, of what other schools have done. At Mark Twain, they brought a technology workshop. So they did a workshop that brought parents in to teach them about all the technology that we use at our schools. And so it could be a conference, it could be a group, it gives you multiple ideas of what we can give our students. So now is the time. Talk to your principals and get excited, because it's going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. Okay, questions for our next meeting? Do you have any topics in mind that you would like to address? Zoom world, type.
So
Tanya?
I know, couple months ago, I wanted to know if the students that are on IEP, like what percentage was meeting the standards on iReady, reading, math, SBAC, even the results from LPAC, how are they progressing and all of that. So I was wondering if in our next meeting, now that we are assessing like all the or the data, if we can get like a data so we can have a better idea where we are standing and if we need to do something else for our students that are on IEP.
And would you like to just keep it limited to students in IEPs or students who are learning English and have an IEP? Do you have a preference?
Well, we did cover that topic at the beginning of the meeting, Tanya. We went over some resources. That was the first thing, the pending business that we had. We reviewed it and gave some resources on what we can do to help the kids get a better IEP. I hear your question now that we have the data, what's next, right? Because we did share the resources at the beginning about how we can help our students with the IEPs take the test better. And now that we're going to have the results of these tests, now that we can know the next step.
Good morning, Lydia. May I add something to that?
Thank you, Julie. Of course. Thank you. Come
Good
on
morning, everyone. Greetings from San Diego. I didn't want to miss out on hearing our meeting today, and I'm really happy to see you don't need me. So you are doing an excellent job. Tanya, to your question, one of the benefits of being at a conference is I've been here for the last 2.5 days with our special education team. So we have spent a good deal of time talking about what is called our dually identified students. And that means our students who are identified as English learners and are identified as having special needs. Ileana, who's in the room with you right now, is also our point person on that for our ELERT team. And we have received numerous, just in the last couple months, toolkits and direction from the state to help us all better understand and support our parents in understanding the accommodations that our students with IEPs are supposed to be receiving both daily in the classroom and on these assessments. And we'll be sharing a lot more of that information with you going forward. And Tanya, I still have your email tagged because I do want to talk about that data. So we haven't forgotten, and we will follow up with that. More to come.
Thank you so much, Miss Julie.
You're welcome.
Okay, so please, if you think of anything else that you would like to discuss, let us know. Reach out to us and we will address it the best we can. Thank you. Now, announcements. Remember that the middle school ELD adaptation, the information is back here. So if you, right? It used to be. It's still back here. So if you want to review it, it's there for you to look at. Please take advantage of those resources. Volunteer opportunity. Who likes libraries? We all like libraries, right? Yay, libraries. There's an opportunity for you to be a volunteer at libraries. If you are interested, please reach out to this email address right here to Erin, and she will be able to take your help. So please come volunteer for her.
You go back.
Yes.
Thank you.
Oh, excellent.
And we really need help in the library. So if you could help us out, please contact Erin Blatt Johnson.
Come on in. Now to talk about ESL classes, guy. Sure.
Hi, can you see my face? I'm Sarai, the community liaison at William Green. I just wanted to take an opportunity to invite all of our parents who are learning English or wish to learn English to join our ESL classes that we offer for free here at Lawndale. If you give me 1 second, I can read the dates and the times. We have 3 levels that we are offering. We have level 1 at FDR, Tuesdays and Thursdays from 8:45 to 11:15. We have level 2 at our Wellness Center, Mondays and Wednesdays from 3:30 to 6:40. And then we have 2 options for level 3 at El Camino College. Both days will be Tuesdays, both options, will be Tuesdays and Thursdays. The first one will be from 9 to 12:10. And the second option will be from 6:30 to 9:40. For level 1 and level 2, we do offer childcare. Our district provides that, but for level 3, childcare is not provided due to you being a regular student at El Camino College. We will be having registration today after our meeting at the district office from 10 to 12. And if you can't join, no problem. Just reach out to your community liaison and they will guide you to me and I will help you register in the future. Today is our registration, but if there's still space available, you can still register later in the week. Thank you. And it's also on Parent Square. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sari. Okay, we have a language workshop for parents, for kids who are from 2 to 4 years old. This is going to be taking place here at the district, and it's going to be the 21st of January and the 11th of February. There's 2 times scheduled. There's at 9 a.m. and at 10 a.m. Excuse me, 9 to 10. And then the second part is the 22nd at 3:30, from 3:30 to 4:30. So please come and join us. We need parent participation as much as we can get. So tell everybody, please. Okay, now it's time to mark your calendars. Please go to your ELAC meetings at your school sites. This is the calendar that's coming up. I was able to visit Greens. Now, Adams, can you guys please tell me what time is yours? We actually, everybody, Ehlers, can we please add the times to this? Thank you. And because you have one coming up on the 18th, wait, who was next?
Mitchell's next week. We have it at 8:45 or on Zoom for
Uh-huh.
Mitchell.
So we have, and Adams.
Adams is typically, it's been in years prior, it's been at 3:30, but I can confirm.
Okay.
Yes.
Sounds good. These are
confirm
things
there.
that, So know your calendar. I plan to visit. I get great ideas that I come back and bring to you guys. So, and I'm happy to see that there's a lot of parent participation and that if we unite together as a district and we all come together, this could be a really big thing if we all come together. Because at each site, we're participating at a good level. So just keep coming to the district, keep coming to these meetings, please.
Jams is at 8:15.
Jams is at 8:15. Okay. All right, 8:15. Can't be too close. Okay, upcoming board meetings, spotlights, school spotlights are going to be Kit Carson on the 23rd, the 6th of January. Green will be on the spotlight, and on the 20th of February, FDR. So just so you know, come support your schools and show some school spirit.
And if you have a child in preschool at any of the other sites, not just Carson, please, you will want to hear what your director has to say about all of the preschool programs in the district. So on the 23rd, next Thursday, not this one, we invite you to come and or watch on the Zoom for the presentation.
Thank you. And our final slide here. Don't forget our next meetings. AAPAC is January 16th, which is this Thursday. We got the Special Needs Family Support Group, January 28th. Our DPAC meeting is the 29th of January. And our DELAC family, will see you back here on February 12th. And
A very quick thing about DPAC, we want to make a quick announcements with Cherise. Ms. Cherise?
I want to invite you all specifically to the DPAC meeting on January 29th because our elementary school sites, so kindergarten through 5th grade, we're looking now to purchase a new science curriculum. And we want to ask for the input of the parents in our community about the type of science education they want for their children, and also to give you an opportunity to examine the 2 programs we're looking at and to be able to ask questions or to share your impressions of the programs. It'll be about half of the meeting time, so about 30 minutes on January 29th, and then 30 minutes at DPAC on February 26th. And community liaisons and alerts, I'll send an email out so that you can add it into your any upcoming communications with DELAC or School Site Council.
it's very important to participate and that we give our input as parents. I have to share with you that I missed the math one, and I know I missed a lot because the parents who did participate told me about it, and I'm kicking myself for missing it. So please, we'll see you here on the 29th. Do you have any questions? Anybody have any questions? Well, thank you all for coming. Gracias por venir a todos. Y nos vemos la próxima junta. See you at the next meeting. Thank you.
So much. You were great, Lydia.
Thank you.
There's some more things back here, but.
Oh, no, those things are slides that I don't want to get rid of.